Hey guys, so this is going to be as quick of a video as I can to showcase how to do multiple files. There's several people that are still struggling with this that are trying to catch up. It's not something we're going to deal with a whole lot. We will see them again later in the year, but I finally got a couple minutes. I'm going to show you what I can do, what it can do. So I'll tell you what, let's make a quick file. On unit 6 for now. All right, so this will be gas mileage. And so I gave you the whole tester right here, which is not the file I just made. Yay. Okay, so I'll fix that. This is the runner file. So this is going to be, actually gas mileage is fine. That can be, it is the tester, but I'll change that. Okay, so this is the runner file, the tester file, the client code. We've called it several different things in this last chapter 5. This is what we're actually going to run. This has the main method. This has all the gathering of information and asking of questions the user is going to want. And as this was the first one we did, I've even given you the answer we should get. Okay, so there's nothing crazy on this one. This one was just a copy paste. Yeah, the paragraph gave you a little bit of background of what the stories were. This, for instance, is the miles per gallon. This is the tank capacity. This is the distance traveled. And then this is just printing it out. So, all right, I guess we're ready. So now we need to make the sister file, the object file, the companion file to this. And we know it's going to be automobile. Okay? So in the same folder, make a new one, call it automobile. And so this one is from scratch. So we have to design the object. Okay. Now, we go back to the reference document. Okay. So down here, they called it BMW. Okay. Arguments, object methods. Okay, so here we go. So we've got two instance variables in this case. We've got the miles per gallon, double G, and gallons. Okay, those are our instance variables. State variables, lots of different names, attributes, fields, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The first method should be the constructor. Now, there's lots of ways we've identified it, 3 in fact. One is it's the first method. Next is it shares the exact same name with our method, or excuse me, our object. Excuse me. And third, it does not have a return type. So it's just public automobile. No int, no void even. So its only job, it runs one time exactly, is to build the object. Now, when I create an automobile, I send one value, and so I'm going to use that to fill this. Okay. Now, here we've got a bit of an issue. So you notice all of these are orange, okay? That's a problem because we're trying to fill this variable. When you use the exact same variable, and again, I could change this very quickly and do that, not a problem. But I want to give you another option. So if you use the same variable, you can, but you have to designate which one you're talking about. So that is where the this command comes in, the keyword. So that's saying the MPG that was created in this file is different from the MPG we're passing as a reference right here. Okay. Now, since we're only passing one value, but I've got 2 to fill up, that means I need to have a default value for the gallons. Well, we just think about it, okay? I just built a car, ideally. How many gallons should it have? 0. There you go. That's our constructor method. It fills in the 2 instance variables for our object. Everything else we do are normal methods beneath it. Okay, so let's see what we need. Okay, first we have a fill up method. Okay, so public void fill up double fuel. And you're like, okay, well, how do you know, Mr. Joe, that it's a void? Well, if I go back and look over here, notice it is just a method call. I'm not setting it equal to anything. I'm not printing anything. So it's not expecting to get any information back. Okay. So 20 is the tank capacity. So whatever it is, that's what we set gallons to. Okay. And that's it. All right. Next one we do, take trip. Okay. So they drove 100 miles. We need to convert that into fuel and then subtract it from the gallons that we burned. All right. Again, it's not returning anything, so it's a void method. You can use your own variable names for these. I'm trying to be relevant. Okay, so gallons is what we're changing. And now how do we convert that into? Okay, miles and miles per gallon, so just division. Okay, so if you take miles per gallon, you divide it by miles, you're left, those cross out, so you're left with gallons over 1, which is what we need, and that updates that value. Right. And last but not least, we need a report fuel command, but this one does return a double of how much gas is left. Okay. No parameter this time. Okay, and that's it. It just returns the value we already have. Okay, so let's take a look at gas mileage. Okay, we've taken care of everything. There's fill up, there's take trip. You notice they're bold now because it can be seen in the file. Okay, they're in the same folder. So if I run it, I should get that 15, which I do. Okay, so there we go. We have a match. So that one is completed. Okay. Next, we had the bank account. So very similarly, make another file in that same folder. Both of these are going to be from scratch, though. Didn't give you any sample code on this one, so bank account and bank account tester. Okay, so they both exist now. Let's move over and take a look at that information. Okay, so the first one is the bank account. So we're making the object first. You can do it in whichever order you want, personal preference, or depends on what information they give you. I'm just going to present it as it's given. So bank account has 2 variables, their name and the balance. So, okay. Actually, I'm going to steal my, oh, I'm not. Space. Okay. Double balance, public double, public string name. There you go. Now I need my constructor and go ahead and get that started. So public bank account. This time it's going to give us both pieces of information. Once you open an account, you need to have a string name, and you need to have the double money, whatever it is. Okay. So just like with the last one, I'm going to use the this command for one variable, and then just to show you that it's different, there you go. That's how you do it. All right. So now we have our object created. Let's go back to the assignment. Okay, we got those. We got our constructor. Okay, two methods, deposit and withdraw. That's it. That's all we want, nothing else. So deposit makes sense. We're just adding money. Withdraw, subtracting. Not complicated. So let's do it. Public void deposit. And it's going to send some cash amount. Okay. Balance plus equal cash. There you go. And withdraw is just the opposite. So I'm even going to keep the same variable, and then I'm going to subtract. There is my entire object file. That's all I need for BankAccount. All right. Bottom half, this is where I have the tester. Okay. So create a double for 100 and your name. Okay. Some of you decided to make a scanner. That's perfectly fine. I am going to steal my skeleton. This is more optional at that point. Okay. I'm going to hard code this one. That's fine. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bank account. Now, the one thing you have to be careful on when you have more than one parameter is to just match the order, okay? There are some test cases where you can get away with it, but it's better to just be consistent. So up here, I did name first, then the dollar amount, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing here. My name, and then said $1,000. Put it as a double just in case. So there we go. I have made my object. Okay. Use the two pieces of data to create the bank account object called my account. We did. Print the output as shown below. Okay. So okay. Now, when I want to access something from an object, I have to use the object itself and then a dot operator. So that will grab my name out of the object. Keep going. Let's see. Account balance is comma and then all that stuff. Account balance is comma dollar sign and that will just do a plus. That's what we're going to do. My account dot balance. Anything after it? A period. Okay. Now, some people did do the formatting. I can show you how that would look as well, since you're having to customize this anyway. So this would be a printf. Okay. This is now a variable we're passing, as is this. This was not asked nor required. This is just what some people chose to do. Okay, so the first thing is a string. So percent string, account balance is, and then right here for the dollar amount, that would have been percent 0.2. Then I had the period, and then I would need percent in to be the inner. Okay, I think those works. Actually, let's go ahead and test those. A lot of people don't test it. They wait till they call me up to grade it. Okay, good. That one works. Unhide it. Hide this one. Make sure it works. Okay, it does not. Unknown format conversion of the period. Oh, I forgot to put double. So that period is probably okay, and this needs to be F for float, 1.2 F. There we go. Okay, so it works fine. Either one of these is good. This was not asked for, so I'm going to hide it, and I'll use the other one. So I know that one works as well. So the thing about this is I'm going to need this 3 times. Okay. Another one. Sure, mine's jumping that far ahead. Okay. So now I just need to do my deposit and withdrawal. So I'm depositing $505.22. So right here on the object itself, dot deposit 505.22. And I'm lagging. Give me a second. 505.22. Okay. And down here, if I do forget, was it $100? $100. Okay. So now it should print 3 lines of code showing me the update as the bank account has. So there's the opening, there's after the deposit, there's after the withdrawal. That is how you set up multi-file programs, okay? These are very simplified examples, but this is just getting y'all used to the concept and the idea. You will definitely see this again in the graphic chapter and maybe once or twice before then. Hope this helps. Have a good one.